it's Nicole Norris here, and I'm back with my 52 Scrapbooking Project Recipes collaboration with my good friend Kimberly Sparks. She is so amazing and talented. I'm so grateful to be doing this with her. In this monthly collaboration, we take a sketch from the 52 Scrapbooking Project Recipe book that Creative Memories released last year and create that layout for you and take our own take on it, basically. We make it our own. So this month we are working on project recipe number 6. It's this layout right here. So we've got a couple of photos. It has a great combination of vertical and horizontal photos in here. So we've got 2 4x6s that are horizontal, 2 3.5 by 5.5 photos that are vertical, and a 4x4 photo. They've used in their sample, they used the Vivid Medley's Lemon Tart collection or Lime Tart collection, which I actually loved this collection. It was a great collection. And they've used a lot of the same kind of color tones, like monochromatic, so all these green tones on this layout. So let's set this aside and let me show you the pictures that I'm going to be working with today. I have these pictures from Mother's Day. My family, we've been doing this for years, is we do a little Mother's Day shoot after church on Sunday. This one was the first year that my sweet new daughter-in-law, Oliesa, was in the shoot, and she found out about it that morning and was like, because I sent a picture out saying, this is the dress I'm wearing, dress to match. And Oliesa was like, what is your mom talking about? Anyways, she did great. She sent me a couple samples, and I love how it all came together. These are some of my very favorite Mother's Day photos. The only thing that could have made it better is if my daughter, Mikkel, had been here, but she was in another state, and so she was not with us that day. So I do an album for each of my kids. So there's a family album and one for each of my 4 kids. And so this layout is going to go into my daughter Allie's album. So she's the youngest. So I make sure that we take some pictures of myself with each of my kids, and then we do obviously some group ones. And this particular day, the colors at work could not be prettier. The blossoms on this tree. Sadly, this tree actually fell down in the wind later that year. So I will never be able to have these beautiful recreate these pictures again, because that tree is gone and all of its pretty pink blossoms. I'm gonna have to replant. Anyway, so we did a picture of my kids that were here, and then the girls with my husband Jason. So these, like I said, this is going into my daughter's album, and so of course the focus is going to be a couple pictures of the 2 of us, but then there are these other ones of the whole group, and some other ones with her siblings and the girls with Jason. So those are my pictures that I'm working with. So I have pulled out some paper here. First of all, let's start with my hero paper. This is a sheet from a collection that Close to My Heart had put out years ago called Flower Shop. And I seriously loved this collection. I love this side of the paper and this side. So it's so hard when they put 2 great patterns on the back and front of one sheet of paper, because then you have to pick, and that's the worst. So I really loved this piece because if you look like in the different shades of pinks, where I'm wearing burgundy and kind of a dusty rose, I felt like that this paper was perfect because it had those different shades on here, and then the little bit of green in here. So I thought the pictures looked really nice with this paper. As a supporting piece, I actually pulled this from a Creative Memories collection. I'm just looking at what collection that was. It is called, Birds and Blossoms. So this piece comes from Birds and Blossoms, and I loved this same kind of minty green here that you kind of got, or sage green here that you've got in the leaves on the hero paper, but the leaves and things like that. And so I thought that those complemented each other really well and looked great with my photos. Then I also put a little bit of cardstock. I've pulled kind of this sage green color and also this really light pink color that I feel like is really pretty and really complements my photos. So this is kind of the color scheme I think I want to use on the paper I'm using, and kind of mixing from different collections. So looking at our recipe, it looks like, I've got the cutting on this other side. It looks like that this piece, this A and B, is just a 6-inch piece. And then you've got your base, and then they've put another pattern over on this edge, and then a border punch on here. So I need to decide what I'm going to use for my base. And I could go a couple different directions, thinking this through. I could do a sage color for my base. That would be a great option. I could go with a white base also. That could be an option. As far as like the pattern, it's kind of a matter of like, how much of it do I want to use? How much of the pattern paper? Like doing something kind of like that. I don't know that I love that. I do like the leaf paper on the sage cardstock, so that could be a good option. And then a hint of my pattern paper, so something kind of like this. I think I'm kind of liking this separated, and maybe just like a strip of this print. There is that border. I had just punched a floral ribbon from the floral ribbon decorative border punch, and kind of maybe played with the idea of something like this. I probably want to do it in a different cut, like white or something, if I'm going to do the sage. I like the sage as my base because the background of this paper is white. Now, if I was doing more of this paper and maybe just a little bit of that paper, see how we've got the white base for this and then it's white. Like, I like these two together, and that could be cute, but that really kind of brightens it up and kind of do something. So I don't know that I like that. I think I actually I like this, but I actually think I'm kind of leaning towards this direction. So see how we've got the strip of pattern paper, this 6-inch piece, and then which this is going to be, if that is 6, this strip is 1.5, so this would be 4.5. This strip would be about 4.5. I'm kind of liking maybe that direction, because I'm trying to figure out which piece pattern I want to, and cardstock I want to use for which piece. So, although I really do like this with that border, the white, and then maybe the sage. Ooh, that's pretty too. As much as I like this leaf paper, I think I'm gonna hold off on whether I use that. Okay, so I think what I want to do is, I'm really liking this. And then let me pull my mat so I kind of have as much showing. As the recipe kind of calls for. You know that punch is going to get cut in half. So it can tuck under there. And then 6 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would be about like that. I'm liking that. All right, and then picture-wise, this one goes down here. This is going to have to be matted. The vertical picture here and here, these two are 3.5 by 5.5. So when I printed them on a 4x6, it ended up with a white photo mat, which works great because I would definitely leave those matted, and this would need to be matted as well as that. So I can kind of do something like that. I could put this one down here, then these two would go on the second page, which I think where the focus is Mother's Day, I think I actually like this. And then I will put these two over on the second layout. Because really this is my focus, is my relationship with Allie. So, okay, I am really liking this. I'm liking the color scheme. This is so pretty together. There is a chance I might be able to pull some of this in as kind of an embellishment. We'll have to see. As far as photo mats, in the picture, we've got, they use like a pattern paper on these three, and then so that's why those pieces are all in blue. And then the yellow is all one sheet. That's how it's like color coded on the guide. So this is something I could either mat in the pink and bring in another color, or I could mat, so this is that, and that could be my mat. That definitely helps with that photo popping a little bit more. To do that over the pink. I think we want to go that direction. Okay, I am going to go ahead and cut these pieces. I'm going to just be following this cutting guide. This pattern piece, I'm just going to have the 6 by 12 inch pieces. More of the sage is going to show for the base, and then the strip of white over here. So I'm probably going to just cut the strips of white and use sage as my base. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut those off camera and be right back. Okay, I have now cut my pieces, and I went ahead and did glue the pieces down. So I cut the photo mats for my photos. These two photos, because they were 3.5 by 5.5 when I printed them on a 4x6, that already gave them a white mat, which worked perfect for my layout. This was a 6 by 12 inch pieces, and then the white pieces are 1.5, and then I cut my floral ribbon decorative border punch in half, and so I tucked it under to give me that nice lacy border on either side in the sage color, which kind of ties that across the layout, which is cute. All right, so now we're to the fun part. I did want to mention one of my you guys know I'm fairly new with Creative Memories. I'm actually coming up on my year mark here in May, which is crazy. But one of so when I discover these Creative Memories products, you guys are probably all laughing at me and going, yeah, that's been around for a while. Welcome to life. Like, I'm glad you're not under a rock anymore. Anyways, this is a recent find that I've started using, and it's the thin adhesive that Creative Memories puts out. So I don't think you can really see it on here very good. Oh, right there. So I don't know if you can see that very good on the camera, but instead of the adhesive being this width, it is a thin strip, which is super handy, especially when I was gluing down the floral ribbon punch where it was cut in half and I just had a little thin strip. This worked really well. So if you don't have the thin Creative Memories adhesive, I would suggest adding that to your cart and getting that. So it works really well. All right, so we need to embellish this layout. This is the best part. So let's talk title and journaling. I have kind of a couple of things that I pulled out that kind of coordinate with this collection. I do have a stamp set that is a Stampin' Thin Cuts that's floral blooms that match the flowers in the paper. And a thin cut is when I have like a metal die like this that cuts out. And so that's kind of fun and handy. These are things you can get from other companies. I'm using one for my stash because you know that my goal with this project is, in addition to using the sketches, is also using up product from my stash. So I did punch out some flowers, and then I did stamp a couple, and I'm going to be stamping some more on camera. So, and those really match kind of fun well with the layout. And actually this one, I'm pretty sure is on this as well. So I may have to die cut a few more flowers on here. So we're going to see. And I'll do that on camera for you. The other thing that I pulled out is I really like, this was Mother's Day. We're all dressed up, things like that. I have this really big doily, which I think is so pretty. And I actually thought that that could be kind of a fun embellishment over here for my journaling, like maybe to put it down here or something like that. We'll see. The other thing I did is on the sketch, they had some 3x4 pieces in these two locations. And I was trying to kind of plan around, and I had this little you and me that is in the same color. This is just an acrylic shape that matches. And I thought it was super cute because next to this photo, because it's Allie and I, but obviously on this busy pattern paper, it kind of gets lost, and they had the little 3x4 square there, but I didn't want it just plain square. So the other Creative Memories product that I've been lately obsessed with is the blades that go with the Creative Memories 12-inch trimmer. You can, with our 12-inch trimmer, this little cartridge, you can open it up and take out the straight blade, and there are blades that all fit underneath, which I love this because I like organization. And this cute scallop blade, I use that to scallop around the edge of my 3x4 squares. So that kind of created that type of a look. And I may want to sponge that. So those are kind of those pieces that go up there. And this allowed my you and me to kind of pop better. So I thought that could be fun. And then maybe adding some of these flowers. Kind of, this M looks like it's a little bendy, but maybe add kind of maybe a flowers into a cluster down here. Kind of would maybe want a little bit small one up there or something. So this is kind of some of the ideas I'm playing around with. Let's go ahead and stamp a few more flowers. I've got two different, so I'm going to actually maybe shift this aside. I wanted to cut. This is my die cutting machine. It is a close to my heart one, but because that's what I have. I'm not going to do it. It works great. Sorry, that was like a big bang and probably shook the camera a lot. So, people, do you ever feel like you need a bigger scrapbook space? I really have a great space. Maybe I'm just a messy scrapbooker. All right, so I kind of wanted to pull out this flower because, and maybe some of these little ones would be cute too. So I'm gonna scoot that over, and I've got some white cardstock here. I'm just gonna put these thin cuts on here. So I definitely want that, and I do know that my die cut machine can do 2 sheets of cardstock at once, which is nice because then I get 2 with every one. All right, let's see. I'm kind of looking at the paper and maybe what little flowers, like this little one over here, would be cute, which I think is this one right here. And I'm kind of looking at the flowers on the paper because I want to be using similar flowers. I think those two are the ones I want. Okay. So I'm going to take these down. And I'm going to apologize now if this kind of creates camera shake, but I know you guys like it when I do more on camera instead of off camera. So. All right. Okay. That's how I create these little die cuts. Let's do a little stamping. See kind of what I got a couple of different, I want these all lined up, like the die cuts the same direction so it's easier to stamp. I am using some raspberry ink, which is the same color of pink as I used for the photo mats. Don't you love when you have coordinating products in the same color? And I think stamping on camera is like the hardest thing to do because normally I kind of get down and my head in here, and I don't know that you want to be seeing my head. Oh, lining that up. Perfect. Or I might want to try this one with this lighter color. So just want to have a little bit of variety on here. I inked that up really good and then I just cleaned it off. This is that ballerina pink, so it's that kind of softer, lighter pink. Perfect. Actually, that doesn't look like the right pink. It might be because there was some ink still on there. We'll see what it dries to, but it does not look like the right pink. This isn't going to match up because it's the back side, but yeah, that's very bright. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe once it dries. All right, let's do some of the other flowers as well. So here's this one. Let's see. Like this one. This is where we have to figure out where this baby lines up. Perfect. Trying to, okay, there we go. It's right there. And now that I have these all lined up, then I can just, it's a little easier. So tell me, have you used stamps in your scrapbooking before? And if so, did you like it? If not, is that something you would want to try? I'm curious. All right, and I'm just really just stamping a handful of these just so that I kind of have some options to play with. And kind of see, and then I really can, might need some different colors, might kind of switch them up. We'll see. I might need a few more that are in, the cardstock is that soft pink color. I didn't line that one up very good. It's a little easier if I can see it better. Okay, I have these two little ones as well. This one's taking me a second to kind of figure out. Ah, there. I think that's where it lines up. It looks great. There we go. Okay. All right. Now with these little flowers, oops, sorry. Let's move this all aside. I may need to stamp a few more flowers. I'm gonna just stick these. I have that little butterfly pulled out. It's kind of like the doily. Oh, apparently I missed one. Okay. Let's pull our layout back. Okay, sorry, my power just flickered. So, let's go ahead and kind of see what we want to do and adding some little flowers here. Something in there. Up here, could add, this might be a good spot for that big one. Maybe something in there. I feel like that one kind of gets lost being stamped on white. Not sure I'll use that. Like I like this combo with the light pink, so I might need some more of those. I could stamp right on this cardstock too. Something in there, maybe some leaves. I like that leaf. I like some leaves on that. like this butterfly is maybe big. I also have some stickers. This was from the collection that goes with the paper. And those could be fun to use. There's this little strip that could be kind of a fun little tab, kind of like that. I like these little hearts. So, all right, let's play with a few little embellishments here. I'm gonna get foam tape. I'm liking this. Maybe in there, or I could take the sticky off here. Also a Creative Memory product that I love. Sticky remover thing. I think I like it tucked more. So I'll peel off the 3D foam tape here. Stick it up here because I'll use it somewhere else, like on the flowers or something. Yeah, I like that. That's about 1.5 inches, so I'm going to cut this one down. I actually have just this little one. I think I'll stick up there. That's cute. Okay. These little hearts that are way cute too. Since that's my focal photo. That's a little cute. And I like that little pop of green over there. Add that there. I think I have another one of these little hearts. Like that. Oh, I like that. Now, I feel like this, I need like a word, something over there that would be really cute. So I'm just looking over this sticker sheet. See if there's something I love. I do like this big circle. That could be cute in my journaling. But I don't want to add that yellow color to my layout. So, but I think something like that would be cute over there. This little thing is cute. This family ties. I'm liking how that looks. As I kind of build this flower cluster over here. I think what I'm going to need is like one of these big ones. I like that the family ties goes off and interacts. I just want I'm liking that. That looks cute too. Okay, that is coming together nicely. Really liking how that, I think what will finish this off is a little bit of sparkle or something like that, like maybe some gems. I'm liking all of this. I think I need to work on my title a little bit. Oh, that butterfly is cute over there too. Okay, I'll leave that, sit that there. Let's see. What I think I need is this flower in the pink. And then maybe this one in the white, because it'll pop off of the leaves. And do that one in the pink. All right, I'm gonna go thin cut a few more of those. Okay, stamped a few more flowers. I did work on my little title here because I kind of used the sticker as inspiration. I liked that it had like the word and then some lines. The flowers are cute, but I didn't want to use that sticker because I wasn't pulling in that yellow color. So I stamped Mother's Day and some lines here. Because this is so lacy, I don't really feel like it needs like a flower or anything like that, but it's definitely like, you know what I mean? I think it gets lost in the laciness of that doily. So I think I'm gonna leave it just like that. I really love how this cluster looks. That looks great. I'm happy with like just a little bit of drawn attention. I like the interaction here. On this side, I was really happy with how everything was coming together except for my title cluster. So I've kind of played around with maybe a few more embellishments, things like that. I like that since I have the butterfly up here, I brought in another butterfly. These were a thin cut as well. I have this bowl of like pieces, things that I've die cut or little extra stickers or embellishments that I kind of just pull from. So I think that this is looking better now with some embellishments added a little bit more to the clusters and stuff like that. I I think I'll kind of pop up some. I think that looks good. And then I think that will be the perfect final touch is I'll add a little bit of sparkle. And I have some pink ones and I have some silver ones. I'm kind of leaning towards the silver because there is a lot of pink in here. I think the silver will actually pop off really well. So I'm gonna glue everything down. I think I'm gonna sponge the edge of these frames to give them a little dimension. I stamped these lines in just like a charcoal ink. And where I think I'm gonna go with the silver sparkles, I think I'll go ahead and sponge this with a charcoal ink. So I've got some ink here. A little sponge thing. Let me just make sure this is clean. Yeah, that works good. All right. I'm gonna pull this out. Just gonna sponge the edges here. It's gonna give it a little bit of dimension. A lot of colors I use to sponge in is black. I really like charcoal because it's a little bit softer. And then let's slide this back under here and I'll show you how that makes. Oh, see how that makes that edge stand out and it pop up? Yeah, that's what it needed. That's probably like, I mean, stamping is fun and stuff, but man, I do love how adding some ink to the edges helps give definition to the layout. I want that to kind of interact like that. Cute, cute. All right. Try to decide if I want this other. I think I do want these both to be popped up. I might okay, anything I may want on there like that. That's looking good. Okay, I think we are ready to finish gluing everything else down and then add the sparkles. So a little adhesive back there. Now these photos, I have them about 3/4 of an inch from the bottom and about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. And if you are a ruler person, you can measure that, make sure that our photo is straight, especially that, you know, first one. You get the first one straight and then everything else will line up from there. Perfect. I did think about maybe adding a little bit, some more leaves like on this other side, and I might steal it from the left-hand page, or the right-hand page, sorry. So I'm gonna use a little bit of a liquid glue and kind of put it there and kind of see if I need another leaf, because I could always cut out one more. Those actually came from my bowl. The bowl of goodies. The bowl, it's like, you know, like the Misfit toys, like it's the bowl of Misfit embellishments that haven't been used yet. Just kidding, that's terrible. Okay, so I like that there. I'm gonna still those leaves over here and see if the reason why I didn't think I would want more leaves is because it's going over the border. I definitely don't like it there. And there's not really room, so yep, I agree with my original thought, is that I did not need more leaves down there. Oh, I just realized that that probably was not even all on camera. Sorry about that. Put a look of glue on the back here. And I really like to just put it on the body of the butterfly so that the leaves aren't pressed down. And that glue holds really well. So as soon as that glue dries, it's gonna be stuck good. Okay, so this photo is that 1/4 inch on either side and that 3/4 inches down as well. And this one I'm going to kind of center down into this space. Perfect. Oh, then these leaves and flower, I'm going to stick that on the back there, and the foam tape is holding that on, and then kind of stick it, oops, like that. Perfect. All right, let's do the other page. I feel like I've been doing a lot of flowery type pages for this collaboration, but I have 3 daughters, so there's a lot of flowers in our lives. Okay. I feel like that looks very crooked. Oops. It's kind of loud. So there we go. Maybe it was this one that's crooked. Something's crooked. I can see it. I really like, if you do need to lift something up, to use like a little spatula like that. All right. I'm tempted to perhaps, I'm gonna sponge on the back here. I think I'm going to just very lightly sponge the edge. I'm keeping the brush, is that perpendicular where it's, I'm not going this way because I just want a little ink just around the edge, because it really helps the white pop off of that pattern paper. One last little cluster here. I need to sponge the edges of this one. So this time, see how I'm more this way, and that's getting more ink onto the paper. That make me more straight or more crooked. Scrapbooking is all about being straight, I guess. All right. Okay, I really like this in there. I'll put some 3D foam tape on the back of these other two flowers. Another thing I do, if I wasn't using my phone to record this, is when I lay everything out, like have it all laid out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love how that looks. That's exactly how I want it to look. I will take a picture of my layout so that when I take, like I had to take that cluster kind of apart, then I remember, because you know, it's like, I get it exactly how I want it, and then it's like, wait, how was that? How did that look? And so I will take a picture of my layout on my phone, and then I'll use that as a reference for gluing everything down. So then I don't have to like figure out where everything was before. Does that make sense? So it's kind of a nice trick if you feel like you get your clusters perfect and then you have to lift them up, take them apart, whatever, to add ink, adhesive, those type of things. And then you're just like, wait, where did I have that? All right, where's my butterfly? It was hidden. There we go. So, all right, on this one, I'm going to want to add just a very thin piece of 3D foam tape to the body of that butterfly. So see how I added that. There we go. Perfect. Maybe I just like flowers right now because I'm waiting for spring to finally show up. It's been really nice this week. Okay. All right, let's add some little sparkles. These are just some silver dots from my stash. So I'm gonna wanna focus kind of on my clusters here. And I'm thinking in threes and triangles and all of those things. So And I've got 3 different kind of sizes on this. And I can either approach this as like 1 cluster or almost 2 clusters. I'm gonna leave that one there. And I think I'm gonna approach it more as like 1 cluster. Yeah, see how that little bit of sparkle, that finished that off. All right. I actually want that to be kind of tucked just under that flower. Maybe one more. A little bit torn of whether, actually, I like that up there. Because it kind of brings that into 1 cluster with the word, the family ties. So, perfect. All right, that's gonna do it for me. This layout, I think, is done. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this collaboration. Now make sure you like and subscribe, and then there'll be a link to Kimberly's layout in the description, and her process video of creating the same project recipe layout, her take on it. So she always comes up with such creative, clever things. I'm careful not to actually look at hers or watch hers till after I've done mine, because I'll be like, oh my gosh, that was such a genius idea, I want to copy you. So anyways, be sure to go check hers out, and thank you for joining us, and happy scrapbooking.